Welcome back to Chat Lab. I'm Evan.
And I'm Ethan. This is the podcast where thoughts are tested.
Today we're going to be talking about our bucket list. We both kind of have a bucket list. We have like half a bucket list, I'd say. We kind of threw a couple of ideas together just before the podcast, just to get a little bit of an idea. We're going to be picking apart some other bucket lists on the internet, like BuzzFeed type lists, and we're just going to kind of brainstorm some other things that we might throw on it. I know I've got a couple already that I'm, ready to share. But before we get into that, how are you?
I'm doing good. All right. This week, not gonna lie, last week finished up reading week. Really loved midterm way too much. I loved being left to my own to study. So this has been a fucking train wreck. It's been hitting me like a brick being back in class. Class has been kind of alright, I guess, but it's been hard. Enough on that though. Done enough school talk today. I'm watching Harry Potter recently. I just finished The Goblet of Fire last night.
What number is that? I don't know.
4 out of 7.
Okay.
And I love it. The only thing though is I'm not too sure. It could be placebo, but I'm pretty sure there's 2 actors for Albus Dumbledore, and he switches on the 3rd movie.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Because
I don't know if he got fired or died.
I'm pretty sure he died. There's a massive difference in character between the two of them, and I don't like it.
Which one do you prefer?
I actually prefer the first one, but I think for the movies that are in it, the second one will do a better job. Because the first one is realistic. He's old and he's happy and he's wise looking, at least, and he sounds it. And the second one is a lot more lively and energetic, and it's such a contrast in the 3rd movie when you see him. But then towards the 4th movie, going into the 7th, there's a huge arc of theatrics and everything. It's not just like happy start, bad middle, happy ending kind of thing. And I think he's really good for that role. But yeah, that's been fun.
Yeah, I must do that actually. That's a good idea.
Have you heard of? Sorry, have you heard? Did you know Mandalorian season 2 is out? Did you watch Mandalorian season 1?
No,
disappointing.
I never did.
It is definitely worth a watch. It's so good.
Like, I know everybody says it's good, but like everybody said Game of Thrones is good, and I never bothered watching it either.
I hate Game of Thrones. Not that it has anything to do with it, but like I literally found the Mandalorian somewhere. I just watched it all in one day. I found it that good. Sat in my bed and watched the whole thing.
See, the thing is, I find a lot of shows like get like crazy hype like that. Like, you've got The Witcher, you've got Peaky Blinders, Stranger Things. I always am like, although Stranger Things, out of all of those that I just named, is the best one. Like, I've watched a season and
I am a fanatic for Peaky Blinders, so.
Didn't interest me. I watched half an episode and I was like, boring.
Half an episode? It's a slow show.
Yeah, but I was like, I cannot watch this. It's like too slow.
It is kind of depressing, but it's really good.
At the time, maybe it's just at the time.
No, yeah, that's actually true as well. That's it's really important, like, tip to take with you in life is that, like, just because you didn't like something when you did it that time doesn't mean you couldn't like it again. Like, like there's so many variables when you do something.
Eat your vegetables, kids.
Yeah. Eat your vegetables like me.
Let's turn it into a lesson.
Yeah, there you go. That's how I got tall and lanky. I ate all my vegetables.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was short because I drank milk. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Similarly, this week has been quite stressful for me. I didn't have any reading week or midterm. I had one day off last week, so last week was short, but that was it. This week now, I've got I had an exam today, or yesterday. I had an exam yesterday. I had a new assignment, new project. To basically, I was telling Ethan. Ethan was there the entire time, helping me through it all. So I had to make like a flowchart thing for a program, and then now we have to actually make the program, and we have 4 weeks to do it. So I did that all day, pretty much in between lectures. I was just pumping that out, trying to get it done. I'm nowhere near finished.
Right.
But, I'm probably like a third of the way done, I would imagine.
Hmm.
You know, in terms of layout, I'm like halfway, but in terms of like actually making sure it's legit,
Well, it seems like
about
it's
a
smooth sailing
third.
anyway. You know, there doesn't seem to be anything that could cause you hiccups. The only thing that could cause you hiccups is like minor intricacies in the programs and stuff. So
Yeah, I think it's just like trying to handle when the user puts in an error type thing or puts in something that you shouldn't. You know, if they don't listen to the prompt and they put something
they
else
won't.
in.
Yeah. If I learned
You know,
anything.
but so trying to make sure the system doesn't crash, you know, that kind of thing. Like I sent Ethan, right? I sent him a thing I did. I was so happy. You had to pick a number between 1 and 5. The answer was 3, and it would tell you won. Or if you picked any other number, it would tell you lost. He chose to put it in A, and sent me back an error and went fix your handle or handle your
Error
exceptions or something like that. Yeah, and I was like, oh, thanks, appreciate it. Tearing apart my system.
Yeah.
So that was before I started doing the project. That was just like a little example that we were supposed to do for one of the lectures. So I went away and I handled it.
Yeah, so I'm basically just giving Evan advice here and there, which is actually quite straightforward because he's somewhat competent. So it's like kind of a contrast from other people I give advice to, but I'm not naming names. But it's a lot more straightforward and smooth, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, all of you guys were in a lecture today, and I tried to figure out how to do the login loop, and I tried so many things, and my mic was muted because I didn't want to, like, you know, annoy you while you were in the lecture, and I was literally like, oh, come on,
Yeah.
just like crying, like going, just work, like why are none of these solutions working? And eventually I got it, and then you guys came back, and I was like, boom, look,
What you
done.
did there is literally what I plan to do for a living. And I am
Cry,
so
and then
excited.
finally get it to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in terms of college, that was kind of my I suppose week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is Tuesday, but you know, between last week and this week, I suppose. In terms of just life, I'm doing good. I ordered some Christmas presents for people. Yeah, that's about it really. I haven't really been doing much French.
No, I haven't either. But that being said, we did have a nice conversation over Discord the other day. So the Sunday.
We did.
We had a full-on text Discord chat, back and forth with long sentences, paragraphs per message kind of things in French that we were fully understanding and traversing through. And I thought it was cool because we haven't done any study, but we've it's not maintained, but it's like we've retained. Yeah, thank you. We've retained a surprising amount of vocabulary and verbs in French.
Yeah, I think, and as well. So I have this thing, Better Discord. You may or may not know it, but anyway, I have that, and there's a plugin where you can type, and it will translate when you press enter. Right. So I have it translating to French because I'm not great at writing French. I've never been good at like forming sentences, but I've always been okay at understanding. So I was getting all these messages back from Ethan, and it was like simple, easy to understand. I keep hitting my mic, I'm sorry. Anyway, I had no problem. My hand gestures are too crazy. But yeah, I had no problem. I was just understanding every single word. I would translate it then just to make sure I was right, but like there was no issue initially. I was right when I translated. Maybe there was a word or two I might go, huh, what's that? I'd translate it and I'd get it. So I would do that. And I'd be like, oh, cool. So I was right. Like I understood it, and then I'd type back, and it was kind of cool. It was kind of interesting, like to be able to like actually type and understand. I mean, I know I didn't type, so I guess understand really a language that I haven't properly done in years. And when I say properly done in years, I mean like I've never properly done it in the past 6 years, and it's been a good amount of time since I've last even looked at French.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
I definitely appreciate that.
I did have one warning last week that I actually forgot to talk about from what I did last week, whereas I couldn't get back to sleep and I woke up at 4:30.
Oh, yeah.
And I decided, me was like, you know what? 4:30 is a good time to start my day. Well, I got up, robbed my brother's keyboard because it's quieter than my keyboard. Okay. Robbed that so I didn't wake up anyone in the house. And I just literally just got to work. I did most of my college stuff, all my studies and things like that, and I had half my day done by 9. And
It's kind of crazy.
It is kind of crazy. I don't know what possessed me to do that. Like, thinking about it now.
You went to bed at like 10, didn't you?
Yeah, but like I've gone to bed at 10 and woken up at 7. 6 even, I think, is fine to wake up after if you go to sleep at 10, because that's what, 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a morning person, but holy shit, getting up at 4:30 is getting up in the middle of the night. It's not a morning. I got even yawning there just thinking about it. Like, it's ridiculous.
There's a podcast talking about that. Not ours, but there is a podcast talking about that. Yeah, I think morning. I think it depends on the situation. If you were just to wake up in the middle of the night, 4:30 is the middle of the night. Whereas if you were to get up for maybe a flight, would you consider that the morning?
No, I consider 5 on the morning.
Yeah.
4 between 4:30 and 5 is a gray area. It's like a transition period almost. Because you could call it the morning. You can also call it the middle of the night. As soon as it's 5, it's 5 a.m. in the morning. It's 5 in the morning. It's 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. It's like, they're not the morning times, really. They are the middle of the night, but people say in the morning.
But at the same time, yeah, if you were...
It's the same thing. I
Tonight,
consider
let's say.
5 p.m. the
If you
evening. That's like 4 is in the evening. 4 is the afternoon.
6 is the evening to me.
Interesting. Intéressant.
Like, I might say 5, like if I was like this evening and I was meeting up with someone at 5, but I'd probably just say 5. But like evening and 18/6 all have like the kind of same feeling to me. So kind of like I don't know if you get this. I hope you do. 8 Thursday and October all have the same feeling.
I have a similar thing to this, but I don't think I can relate. I associate colors with things, like objects. Like, days of the week have a color.
I guess, yeah, but I'm talking about like more like the association between Thursday, October, and the number 8 is like, it's just it's incredible to me. Like, as in, I just associate those different things together. And there's other people that feel the same way. I don't know if there's like a name for that kind of feeling or whatever. I think I read it once because somebody said it, and one of the comments was like, yes, I get this too, blah blah blah, this is it, this is what it is, blah, whatever,
Yeah, like by associating
it's just
something with a
something I have.
color, it's also like, it's a feeling, and that's why I associate the color to it. I've realized.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
So months
Go
have
through
their
it now.
own color, and it's due to like
what's Monday? What's Monday?
red.
Yeah, I thought the same.
Yeah,
Okay, Tuesday.
blue.
I had blue, but I changed it to green.
No,
So I'm gonna say that's half right. Okay, let me think.
it's also due to it being manifested in me when I was small. Because I remember being in junior infants, and there'd be like days of the week up somewhere on the wall, and they'd be in those colors, and I've just associated those, and I've done it with other things now as well.
Wednesday.
Yellow.
I had no idea what I was gonna put as that, but yellow was one of the ones I thought of. It was either yellow or pink. Thursday, green. I'm imagining.
Yeah,
Yeah, Friday. I have no idea.
it's kind of
Purple, pink.
It's yeah. See, like, it's not a different color. It's almost a blue. I don't know why.
I feel like Friday would be a red as well.
No, but it's
Saturday-
definitely
do you know
a
Saturday-
a bluey purple.
Saturday, yellow, orange.
Yeah. I kind of yellow.
Sunday's like a brown.
No, Sunday is yellow. I don't know why. Saturday and Friday for some reason don't have that. It's like not as strong.
Yeah, there's no feeling.
But I
yeah.
can definitely say it for the rest. It's so strange. I don't know what it is. If anyone knows, please let me know.
Same with mine. I don't know. Oh well. Anyway, from the tangent. What were we talking about?
I was talking about getting up at 4:30.
Getting up early. Yeah. Okay. That
Morning
was a
person.
big tangent. That wasn't even a tangent. That was a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Welcome to the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole.
Okay, buddy. Okay. Yeah, I've just been too busy to learn French, so. But anyway, I got a couple things. iRobot. I got a couple things on Amazon for people's Christmas presents. I'm not going to go in directly as to what they are because that would kind of ruin the surprise. But on Amazon, there's like early
Black Friday deals.
Black Friday deals. Thank you. Couldn't think of it. Early Black Friday deals.
Baron Brack.
Sponsored by Obama. Anyway, Brack like.
I'm Obama
Anyway.
and I approve this message.
Anyway, so I was looking for things, and it's incredibly hard to find gifts for people you've no idea what to get them.
Yeah.
When you don't know,
Get them socks.
and they haven't given you anything. And the thing is, as well, is that like, if you want to get them something funny, because everybody finds funny stuff funny, or if you want to get them something useful, chances are there's gonna be this like cross where it comes to, yeah, this is useful, or yeah, this is funny, but at the same time, they could get this any day of the week. It would cost them £3, or
Yeah, if you get them something funny, they go, oh, haha, and then move on. And then later, if they look at it again, they go, oh, that's really what they got me, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if you got them something useful, chances are they could just get it themselves, and there's like, what was the point?
Yeah, it just depends, like.
Because a lot of useful stuff is
Like,
cheap.
if they really need something and they're struggling to, like, they're struggling, they could really use something, and they haven't talked about it, or you just know they'd need it, and they're not going to get it anytime soon. It's quite handy for them.
Yeah. I just do think, though, that, like, as well, those kind of things aren't present worthy either. You know?
It depends what they are, but no, I don't think so. Like, depends how cheap they are.
Yeah. but
Sometimes they need
even-
something useful, but it's expensive, and that's the difference, I think.
Yeah, like if something's useful and cheap, and you can literally, go into your local Centra and get it, like, what's the point?
Unless a cheap present is thoughtful, you shouldn't buy one.
Yeah, unless it's like something that, like, there's like a meaning behind it.
Yeah, real nice meaning or something.
Yeah, or if it is something funny, make it interactive, or
Yeah.
make it maybe it's a board game, or maybe it's just something funny like a toy that they can mess with, even if they're an adult.
Yeah, a toy. Oh,
Like
okay.
Like as in, I don't know,
A fidget spinner.
not fidget spinner, but like Nerf gun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Something that they get a kick out of messing around with even for a day, and then they just like move on.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to find things, even meaningful things. I've been running out of meaningful things to get.
Yeah. See, what you do is what I do anyway. So when I have an idea, I either write it down, or I buy it, or I find a way to buy it then and there. Saves me so much anxiety.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like, meaningful as in like, I don't know if I said this before, that like I got my mom her song for me type thing, and we talked about how my movie is Nemo and
Yeah.
my brother's movie is Monsters Inc. So it's kind of like that, except I have a song and Gavin has a song. So we both got my mom like the sound waves in a frame and gave that to her. I think we had them framed. I don't know. Either way. And then I also got her like a night sky star map thing. And they were both very, personal things. I got her a glass, like a wine glass with a message on it, and I'm running out of personal things. So, but it's okay because she's given me a couple of ideas of things, which helps.
Nudge,
Ideas
buy me
help.
this.
No, it was literally like, these are the things I want. So, if you don't, I won't be upset. But just letting you know, like, these are the things that I would find useful.
Yeah.
There I am going, nudge, nudge, new graphics card, nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge, a new PC, please. Nudge, nudge, car, please.
Yeah. Nudge, nudge, everything, please.
Yeah.
Because I was saying it to you. There's so many things I want, but they're all expensive. They're all minimum.
That's everyone,
150.
man. Everyone's
Like,
got a
usually
list.
I could be like, yeah, but usually I could be like,
and even
oh,
more
I'm making
people have a bucket list. See what I did there.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take it. That was the best segue I have ever heard
On this podcast. Preface.
Actually, I think it's almost better than like some of the LTT ones.
Well, yeah, but LTT's whole bit is being shit at segues.
True. That was a great segue. So I suppose we'll get into it. I mean, you can't really say no at that stage. Who's going first? I don't mind.
Well, I guess we can just talk. I can do my list. We can go 1-1-1 if you want. Like,
yeah, we can do 1-1-1.
Yeah, and then we can talk. We can bash the, in quotes, bucket list that we found earlier, or you found just before the podcast started, because that's funny. All right. So the very first thing on my bucket list is I'm gonna count these two things as one, which is skydiving and bungee jumping. Because they're both basically the same thing, because I'm both terrified of doing either, but I really want to do it to experience it.
Yeah, one you're attached to a parachute and one you're attached to a bridge. So
You're still falling on both, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's just what I want to do.
I actually
no meaning behind that.
I actually think I'd rather go skydiving than bungee jumping.
Same. Yeah, no, if I had to choose, I go skydiving. 100%.
Because I feel like jumping out of a plane is so much cooler and less terrifying than jumping from a bridge.
Yeah.
Attached to a rope.
Yeah, it feels less janky. It's weird saying that,
Yeah.
thinking you're jumping from a plane, but yeah.
Also, I feel like if you can see the floor, it's not going to help. Whereas if you just see like,
the floor
fields
really
down
far
below,
away.
it doesn't look. I feel like it wouldn't look as scary. You know?
You wouldn't be nearly as close when you're about to like fly. So
yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I'd still be.
I'd be terrified, but not nearly as terrified, because of the bungee jumping, it feels like I'm gonna hit the floor. Skydiving is like, I got time. I'm falling. Might die,
got
but
time to
I'll
die.
die in a minute. Not now.
And I know you probably have a better chance of surviving really with a bungee if it breaks, because if you get pulled, at least you've broken a lot of your fall speed.
Yeah, I guess.
Your velocity,
Yeah.
like straight away. Because it won't break until you lose your velocity and it springs back and goes. So I think in terms of like actually survival, if something goes wrong, bungee would
Depends
be
what you're falling
safer.
into. But yeah,
True.
definitely.
But yeah. But what I will say is that I think that having the we'll push you on 2 even though we say 3, 2, 1 for like a skydive makes no sense, because now everybody knows it. So if I go skydiving and then they go 3, 2, I'll know it's about to happen. So I'll
Yeah,
be
but
like,
you
no.
don't. You don't know, and here's why. It's because you're so laser focused on jumping out of a plane. He goes 3, you go, okay, that's 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, what the fuck? You fucking fly out the window. So
I suppose.
yeah.
Let me see if I have anything similar. I have. We can either go an activity or something to do with planes. Which one are you picking?
Oh, I would love to fly a plane, but it's never gonna happen.
No, I'm saying which one of my list should I read? Activity or something to do with planes?
Plane, because I feel like the activity we have is the same.
It's actually not the same.
Mm.
I would try to fly first class.
Ooh.
I'd like to do that at least once. Longest flight I can find, first class. I want time to be able to sleep, have a shower, have meals.
Oh, you want to fly that kind of first class?
Oh, I want to fly that. I want to get the full experience. I want to get a Casey Neistat experience where I can sleep, have a shower, watch movies, like everything.
Damn.
At least once in my life.
Let me know when you get a job that can support that, because I want in on your job.
It's more of like a that's like a
No, it's an
if I have the
experience, and
money.
it's if you have the money. Yeah, it's not like something that has to happen. It's just a dream.
Because most things you can do with less money than a first class flight.
Yeah.
Because a first class flight will set you back like tens of thousands, whereas most of the things on this list is like $5,000 max.
Yeah, I agree.
Because like that's how much trips cost and stuff like that. Off to you.
The activity that I think you have picked that is the second on my bucket list is scuba diving.
No, it's not on my list.
Okay. Yeah, no, scuba diving.
I'm scared of the ocean.
Scuba diving, here's why. I am also terrified of the ocean.
The deep dark.
Mm-hmm.
Deep dark blue. Just keep swimming.
The ambiguity of the ocean
Yeah.
petrifies me. Absolutely. I don't know why either. I don't know why.
Like looking down and seeing nothing would scare me so much.
Yeah, that's how you know
seeing nothing but dark.
It's how I know I'm an anxious person. Just uncertainty just skyrockets my anxiety so hard.
Also, what's stopping a shark from coming up behind me and going, I'm not.
That's not even my biggest fear, man. It's just the ocean. I don't get it either. Like, it's not like if I'm afraid of sharks, fair enough. I'm just afraid of the emptiness of the ocean.
I'm afraid of the emptiness
and not being able to see what's in there. Yeah.
I don't know what's in there, and I won't be able to see it really.
Yeah.
So all of those things, and the fact that I know that there's some things that are in there. So there's some things I don't know I don't even know what they are, that could kill or hurt me or scare me. There's things I know that will scare me and hurt me. I can't see them, and I don't know what else is down there.
But I just think I gotta buck up and go scuba diving because it's an experience, man. At the end of the day, like, I would appreciate it myself doing that later in life. Like, not like it's a life lesson, but it's a good experience.
Might cost you a limb, but you know, at least you'll.
At least I'll know to remember it off that limb being gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was your activity?
I'll go. My activity was going skiing. I've never gone skiing.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I have gone skiing, and yes, you need to go.
I've never gone skiing or skateboarding or snowboarding. I'd like to do both, preferably.
Yeah, I mean, I only went skiing now, and snowboarding sounds so much harder. It looks it too.
I can't even skate, so I don't think
skiing is relatively straightforward. Like you won't do well, like as a beginner, but like you can relatively. Then again, you can after like a couple of days. You got to be there for like at least a week, by the way. Because you gotta have to spend like 2 days just figuring it out. That's the hard part as well. Don't pay for a holiday and just expect to go there and enjoy everything. It's gonna be very frustrating for the first day or two.
Yeah.
And then once you get it, oh man.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I never went on one of those school trip holidays to a place where you can ski. I never went on any of them actually. But I do know, family, friends, kind of type thing, that live in places that are close or where you can do those things.
Yeah.
So not
that
too
skiing
bad.
was the only like school outing trip I've ever been on, and I'm so happy I went on that thing because it was either.
I think
it's so the way our school works is every year they go skiing, and every second year they go to Rome. So it works. I think you have to be in second year to go skiing, and it was. I think. Just depending on what year the Rome thing landed on, you either went when you were in second year or third year, because it was like alternating years, whatever.
Yeah, mine was similar, yeah.
So either you went skiing and then went to Rome, or you went to Rome and then went skiing. I didn't bother going to Rome. Didn't really see the whole point in it. It's because, skiing was relatively expensive as well, mind you. So going to Rome was just an extra cost, and like Rome's cool. I actually would like to go there, but I was just
I think mine went to like Madrid or Barcelona or something like that. They might go to see a game, but like there's so many things.
The TYs went there and it didn't seem that great.
Like, why would you, of all places, why would you go somewhere where you could go any other time in your life? Like,
exactly.
At least skiing is kind of interesting.
Yeah, skiing is. I don't think I'll ever go there again unless I go out of my way.
I asked my mom. I was like, "Can I go skiing?" She was like, "We'll see." But the thing is that I didn't do transition year either, and I think that's when they went.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic.
Yeah, but could you imagine sitting your leaving cert right now because you went skiing? Like,
yeah,
no, not a good trade-off.
No.
Finish college, get a graduate job, and then save up and go skiing on your holidays. You get off. Don't worry about.
Not to mention, I could probably go for cheaper because family and friends accommodation,
True.
done.
True.
Food, done. So,
Yeah.
probably be better just to wait.
I guess
honestly.
the traveling aspect of skiing brings me into my next point, which is I want to go to Bora Bora.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be a honeymoon though. I want that to be my first but not last experience at Bora Bora. That's it. That's don't know why that's my requisite, but it is.
So you want your honeymoon to be your first time going to Bora Bora?
Yes, I don't want to go there and then go for my honeymoon or something.
Quick question. What if your wife says no?
Impossible.
You can't say no to Bora
No,
Bora.
you cannot. If you say no to Bora Bora, I don't want you.
Where could you go that's not Bora Bora?
Disneyland?
Like, no, that's better, like.
Nah, couldn't.
Quick question.
If it was better, it would be better
what-
in a different aspect.
What does your girlfriend think right now?
Yeah? Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude. Blue as water, bro. Hell
Imagine.
yeah. No, because
Struggle over
the
here.
only exception to not wanting to go to Bora Bora would be to want to go somewhere just as good, but in a different aspect. Like if you want to go somewhere real cultural and experience that and have that kind of a honeymoon rather than a Savage Sun holiday, you know what? I understand it. Doesn't mean I agree with you.
But a honeymoon should be a Savage Sun holiday.
Yeah, it should. It should. Dude, okay,
It
wait.
shouldn't be like
Bora Bora
it
is
shouldn't
sick.
be like trying to experience.
Bora Bora is
things, I
sick.
think.
But I'll take somewhere of the equivalent. But I'm like gonna fight for Bora Bora.
Yeah.
Like I'll take like
Like, I think-
Hawaii, the Maldives, Caribbean, whatever, dude.
Yeah, but I think like trying to experience a culture or like absorb a holiday, you can't do that on your honeymoon.
I mean, you
just have
can,
to-
and it could be really nice. Like you could just be with just you and your wife, and you go back, like not backpacking, but like traveling, and experience something together. It is like an intimate thing.
Like I'm sure people do that, but what I'm saying is, for me, I don't think
Mm.
like backpacking would be a nice way to wind down after.
You know, thinking about it now, like if that was a proposition, I would consider it because I wouldn't be a wind down thing. It would be like this is the start of our kind of life thing. To just tied the knot, and it's like I don't know, you experience something huge with them. It's cool.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Without any segue,
In
your next
terms-
point.
Without any segue, what will I go for now? You know, I'm gonna go for the one I initially told you. Now, I actually got very emotional. Can you imagine? I actually something hit me, and I just found this place amazing. I was just like, this is incredible, and I literally just kind of I got weirdly emotional about it. And then I was watching videos later on, and someone was talking about like how it was like one of those strangers answers videos. I don't know if you've seen them. And one of them was saying, it was like, the question was, what's the worst thing you've ever been told? And this girl was saying that she had like, she was told that she had cancer. And that just got me thinking, like, if I had cancer now, like, hypothetically, God forbid, what would be like my bucket list? And that's what kind of gave me this thought of bucket list, right? This is where
kind of
it
like
stemmed from.
a moment of crisis. I was like, I need to get my shit together just in case.
Yeah,
Even though you
it's
don't,
kind of like that kind of.
but you do.
I just kind of thought, what if? And I
Yeah.
just thought about it, and then I thought of this place, which I'm about to say in a second. And I started to get emotional again while watching the video, because I started to think in like her experience, but in my, in my mind, I just got like pure emotional.
I do that all the time with the movies, and I, without fail, cry in every single movie I ever watch.
Yeah, like it was kind of like that, except it was just like a very, what would I do if I was told you have a year?
Yeah, you really put
You know?
yourself in her shoes.
And I was like, this place. So, place is the Tianzi Mountains. I think I'm pronouncing that right. They're basically these mountains in China, and they scarily look like they deny physics, because they're pretty much half floating. They should be toppling over, but they're not, because they're top heavy and very skinny at the bottom. And it looks like something out of Avatar. Like, it looks incredibly unrealistic, but at the same time, like, just awe-inspiring.
Right.
And it looks like something as well out of King Kong. You know, the one with Jack Black. You know how
Yeah,
all those
yeah,
mountains
yeah.
are all weirdly shaped. It looks like that, and when I looked it up and I found that it's like actually a place you can visit as a tourist, I was like, no way. Like it's not just a place that you have to like hike out yourself. Like you can actually visit it. So, you know, after getting all the emotion out of the way and stuff, I was just researching, trying to figure out like, can I actually go here if I need to or want to, and I can. So boom, Tianzi Mountains. Now with no segue, your next one.
Well, yeah, I could have segued. It completely interlinked. My next one is I want to drive across America.
I have that. I have road trip to America. Road trip
To
in
America.
You get ferries. Road trip in America. I know you were specifically saying Route 66.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just
I
know
would
that
probably
it's
just
the
go
route that goes
any-
through everything, and I want to experience everything, man. I do. I also want to go to LA, just experience it, but I feel like that'd be a cool way to experience LA.
I've always wanted to go to LA, and I keep telling people, and they go, "Don't. It's dirty."
It is. It's
You will
not.
hate it.
It's not like.
I know it's not like a Bora Bora type place, but it's LA. I want to go to LA.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's going to be the most beautiful place ever, but it just seems like, you know.
Yeah, I literally just want the whole road trip vibe of America, dude. I just don't. Well, I don't know why. It's just I want to experience the culture. It's like a light culture shock because it's quite like Ireland, but it's not at all. Yeah, I say light because like somewhere like Japan would be a heavy, like an actual culture shock.
Very true.
So
going
America's
through,
like
like, all of
slightly
Asia.
different.
Imagine going through all of Asia. That would be insane.
Yeah. Japan
go
is
from, like,
definitely
Japan
and
to
Korea.
China and India and Korea.
Japan
Oh.
and Korea are definitely on like my go-to list. I guess I can count them in at this point. I didn't have them wrote down, but
Stop stealing them.
Japan has always been on my bucket list, I guess.
Stop stealing my.
But Korea is a newer found one.
I have road trip literally these are 3 in a row. Road trip in America, go to Japan, backpacking with Ethan in Korea.
Oh, well, the second one you have my name in it, so I'm allowed to steal that one.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but like you're still with it. So anyway, road trip in America. Don't know how we'd thanks. Don't know how we'd get work that around. But anyway,
You literally did it again. It's like you mocked yourself 30 seconds later.
I didn't even mean to. And I heard it and I went, anyway. Okay.
Do you want me to take another one since I stole 3?
Hold on. I'm going to go in depth a bit more.
Okay.
Japan. Because you just stole them, so I might as well.
All right.
Japan. I love
Mushy
the
mushy.
culture there. I'm not a big anime fan. Like I like anime, I appreciate it, but I'm not like watching it 24/7. I don't have the time, even if I wanted to.
I watch my.
I don't even watch the shows I like.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I've watched Tokyo Ghoul, loved it. Attack on Titan, everyone's watched that.
I haven't.
Oh well, most people have.
Yeah, I'm usually out
So-
of that list.
But in terms of just like the actual country, I think Japan is beautiful. And I think the culture is just really like,
I think you meant to say jolie there.
I
but
guess.
it's okay.
What?
You said beautiful in a French accent.
Did I?
Yeah, said it jolie. Sorry. Anyway.
Anyway, no, I just think it's, I think it like there's a good sense of community in Japan.
Yeah, I heavily agree
think
with that.
They're very civilized. That's the word. They're very
They
civilized.
really are.
There's a lot of social rules, but they're very civilized.
That's
social
the point.
rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I like that. It's cool, and I want to experience that. Of course, I'd need to do my research to make sure I'm not breaking any of those rules, because I know, there's a couple of things like don't eat while you're walking.
No
or
shitting
something.
on the
Apparently that's
floor.
one. Oh yeah, I'm so bad for that one. In terms
Silly
of
old me.
backpacking in terms of backpacking, you said this to me, and I took it on board, and I went, yeah, that would be nice.
Sha.
Because we were talking about a couple of things, and I went, oh yeah, that one for for sure. But that won't be for
Stay
a
in the
good while.
south though. That's my goal.
Stay in the south. Yeah, try
Yeah.
not to cross the border. I'm sure we won't miss it. I don't think it'll be very easy to miss.
DMZ.
So I suppose go on to your next one, because I went into 3 of them there technically.
Yeah. This is a change of course. Nothing to do with activities. Well, traveling and those kind of things. Is to make a full song. It's on my bucket list. I want to make from scratch with everything, every component of a song, lyrics, chorus, bridge, verses, some sort of song, and call it my own and like it and listen to it. It's a big ask, but it's something I want to do in my lifetime because I'm going to have several attempts at it as I go on. And it's going to be
I
a
feel like now would be
very,
a perfect time
a
though.
very slow progression I'm having with like song making. And I don't have any
That's funny.
inspiration yet because right now I'm liking instrumentals and stuff. So, but
Yeah, watching you the first day was funny though.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
You did like a tiny bass line with your QWERTY keyboard, and then you were like, "Oh!"
Yeah, I loved it. It was like when you were doing Hello World of Programming. That's what it felt like.
True.
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah. I
what
think
wanna do.
if you were to like speed run learning,
I
you
don't.
could
I don't.
upload.
No idea how to learn. Like, I don't see any resources. Any resources I see are like a full tutorial on how to make a song. I don't want that, bro. I want someone to.
No, that's the thing, is that you watch people like Simon Zavita, Kyle Beats, all those kind of people, or Beats by Kyle or something like that. Anyway, and you just watch their method and you watch how they do things, and then Simon has a couple of videos how to actually do certain things, like how to make your 808 sound good, how to do this, that, and the other. Eventually, you'll learn the interface, and then by watching those videos as well, you get a deeper understanding of how to make melodies and 808s sound good. And you watch them do something, you go, "Oh, what was that?" Or you see them use a plugin, you go, "Oh, what's that?" And then you go to find it. Just little things like that. That's how I improved anyway. But I will say that I don't know how long it's gonna last, but TikTok is very good for getting music off the ground.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't want to do anything like that. Like I said, like I would take the opportunity if it presented itself. Like if I made a full song while TikTok was popular and at its peak, like it is currently, I would put it out there and I would see how it would do. But if I make a song in 5 years, I don't even care if it goes anywhere. I don't care if no one else hears it but me. Having that done is so satisfying to me. So that's why it's on my bucket list, because that actually really strikes a chord with me.
Anyway, next one. Anyway, next one I have is Da-Nang. I don't know if I'm getting that right. Da-Nang, DA space NANG. I'm assuming it's Da-Nang. Da-Nang. Anyway, in Vietnam. So it's basically, I don't know what the entire area is about, but what I do know is that there's this massive bridge with 2 huge hands holding it up.
Oh
That's all I
yeah,
know.
yeah, I know this bridge. Okay.
I want to go with that. I don't
Okay.
know if Da Nang is the entire area, or if it's like the town beside it, or if that's what the bridge is called. But I want to go to Da Nang.
Okay. Any other reason why?
Similar to the
Tianzi.
Tianzi Mountains in the fact that it's just awe-inspiring.
Right.
It looks
Yeah, it doesn't
fantastic,
strike me the
and
same way as the mountains do.
it doesn't, but I think when I looked at it, I went, "Now that's cool." Like you'd go, "Oh, that's cool." There's hands holding up a bridge, but then you look at the view at the background, and you're like, "Whoa!" Not only is it cool because there's like literally hands holding up this bridge, but the view you will have is insane. Also, Vietnam is, I think, meant to be quite a nice looking country. It's meant to be, quite tropical, I guess. I don't know. From the pictures, it looks tropical. Somewhat. Vietnam's in Asia, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Asian tropical. like that kind of tropical, like
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I actually just
not like
thought of
Caribbean tropical.
just I get I just thought of one that on my bucket list that I definitely will do in my lifetime is I want to run a marathon. It's just something I want to achieve in my life.
Not for me. I don't think a marathon for me. It just doesn't seem like an accomplishment that I care enough about. For me,
Yeah, see, running for me personally is like way more of a mental thing than a physical thing. Like I don't run being like, look how fit I am. I run because I ran today. I did not want to get up out of bed, and I did it, and I ran for longer than usual because I'm doing the couch to 5K thing, and it's like, this is the new week of it, so it was a bit harder, and I ran and I did it, and it was, held it to my head, and it actually, it's weird to see what you can do when you make your brain do something, and I really love that about running.
yeah, I think
it's not for everyone,
I'd
but
rather,
that is why it's for me.
Yeah, I just think I'd rather do like a weight type thing than go running. I'd rather do weights than run.
You can do both.
You could do both, but my point being is that if someone put a gun to my head and said choose one, I'd choose weights.
So would I.
Well, no, they wouldn't have to put a gun to my head because I like doing weights. If someone just said weights or weights or cardio, I'd say weights.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
would too, because you can get good cardio from weights.
Yeah, so, and you make progress with your muscles.
Yeah, it's just running's a bit of a different strain of fitness.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
It's like a mental thing.
Now, this one didn't make me emotional. I would imagine it would when time comes. See the Northern Lights.
Yes, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I didn't have the same emotional connection when I saw or thought of it, but, I thought of it and I went, oh, yeah. Yeah. Northern Lights, sign me up. Like, that would be lovely for me now. Like, I definitely love that, alright. Like, being able to, like, I don't even know how it would look, like, in real life. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Everything's different. I think it would...
serious.
Absolutely serious. Do you have anything else? Because I think that was...
Yeah, my last one is to experience several psychedelics. Has to be on there, dude. It's gonna happen, like...
Eventually.
Yeah, of course. Like, it's a... they're not addictive or anything, which isn't even a worry in my mind, because it's not like I plan on living somewhere where they're readily available all the time. But yeah, like mushrooms, LSD, DMT. We could go on.
Wait till my mom gets a load of this one.
We could go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different...
It's not like I'm hounding to try a Xanax bar or lean or heroin or cocaine. They're different breeds, man. They really are.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, there's things that are considered a lot
worse.
Like, having said that, like, I probably wouldn't. Like, if someone went, here's a shroom, I'd probably go,
yeah, but I wouldn't either.
I think...
Like, I do
think
it
I'd just
with
be
my
a bit...
research,
Yeah, I think I'd be just a bit too wary of the fact that they're... of the downsides, and the possibilities of it not being good.
Because I've researched my fair bit into these, and it just seems like as long as you're really precautious, I guess, with what you're doing, where you're doing it, like what it is, what's in it, you can get tester kits, the whole lot, to be as safe as possible. And for that reason, I think it's be something I want to experience.
Yeah, I think in terms of safety, if you were
like, I could find a way to make safety not an issue.
If you told me, I'm doing LSD, and I was like, oh, okay, and you're like, but I have a tester kit, I'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, at least you're doing it safely, but at the same time, I think, like, you've always heard, like, if you aren't in the mood for it, or if you're not up to it, you will have a bad time.
It all depends on the dosage, but yes, I do. Yeah, a bad trip versus a good trip kind of thing. Yeah,
I would 100% have a bad trip. I don't think I would be able to. I think my nerves would be too high about it because it like if I was to go for one, I'd be like, no.
I think
And
there's
if I did say yes, I'd be worried.
I think
So
there's
therefore-
life lessons to be had in those kind of bad trips though. Like it doesn't unlock anything in your brain, but it like allows you to explore some like weird things that you actually come out
Yeah,
and
but
learn from.
sometimes people come out schizophrenic.
Yeah, sometimes.
I
Yeah.
can't even speak. So, the fact that I'm worried initially and then I go, if I'm worried, I'm going to have a bad trip. Therefore, I get more worried. And then I go, if I have a bad trip, then that means I'm going to have schizophrenia.
Yeah. Whereas, actual,
So I go down the rabbit hole and I'm like, no.
yeah, serious. I understand, but serious side effects of psychedelics usually come from copious amounts.
True.
Microdosing is a thing. It's really safe. So that's all these things I've looked into, and that's what makes me want to do it, is knowing that there's no big scary outcome that I can't like predict. That the probability of me having a safe, okay trip is so high.
I suppose you can have your shrooms and your LSD, and I'll stick to alcohol because I know how that affects me.
Yeah, no,
Alcohol is a safe boy for me. I suppose we can pick apart this list, right? Because I just wanted to get into this because you've finished your yolk now.
I have.
Right?
Another thing I won't be trying is a yolk. Ecstasy, for those unfamiliar.
Yeah, ecstasy. So this is I'm not going to bother saying, what the website is, but it's 101
I
things
thought you were going to dox it after saying that.
to have on your
In quotes.
bucket list. Yeah, in quotes, bucket list. Reason being, befriend a stranger is number 26.
I guess we just got to preface this with, like, the reason we think this is a bad bucket list is because we think bucket lists are different to what obviously they think. We think, like,
Bucket lists are something that, one, do not come easy. Like, as in, if you were told you're going to die, you would do these.
yeah.
Whereas befriending someone...
But I'd argue, like, doing, like, skydiving is relatively easy.
Yeah, but like, when I say that, I mean, like, bucket list status is more like, you have X amount of time, unlimited money, what do you want to do? I feel like one of your priorities would not be befriend a stranger. Maybe if you wrote the bucket list when you were 1. But, like, if you're 50 and you're like, oh, you're about, you've got a year, you're not going to befriend a stranger.
Yeah, I guess it's like, that's why I like make a full song on my bucket list. I wouldn't usually count, but it resonates with me so well that I just thought I had to put it on there. Like, I think that there's differences between a goal list and a bucket list, because a goal list is something that you set up to achieve with step-by-step goals to, like, achieve something, right? Whereas a bucket list is literally a ridiculous to-do list. That's what it is. It's a ridiculous to-do list for your life. So skydiving is something I could, with infinite resources, book and go tomorrow.
Exactly.
I can't make a full song tomorrow. I could, but it'd be trash. It would take me a while. I have a lot of learning. It's kind of a goal.
And some of these things, so I guess that one was kind of more of a goal than a bucket list type thing, but, like, at the same time, it is quite far out to where it would be kind of a bucket list. Like, it's not necessarily, like, if I said, oh, I want to make a song, you go, but you don't know how to make a song. That's not a...
Yeah, it's a
like,
different skill I'm trying to acquire.
You could technically release something that you've already made, and there you go, that's a song.
Yeah.
Anyway, some of these things are ridiculous. Like, they're just to-do lists. Run barefoot. That's not a bucket list thing.
No.
Experience a sunrise or sunset. Have you never looked outside? Like,
it is something worth doing, but come on, really?
It's not bucket list
status,
worthy.
Like. No, definitely is not. I think a lot of these things are to-do lists. Things
like throw a mega party.
Not a bucket.
Like, there's some things here, like publish a book. Yeah. Do a public speaking in front of 1,000 people. Yeah.
I think publish a book would be more of a goal.
It's more of a
that's
goal,
a
but it would take a lot
process.
longer.
Like,
Learn wine appreciation.
no.
You know, further your education. How broad?
Yeah, the vagueness of these is quite ridiculous.
Like some of them are just so vague. It's like, so what do you mean by this? This is my favorite. Win a lucky draw.
Defy
As
probability
stated,
for your bucket list.
a bucket list should be able. You should be able to control
Definite
it.
things
You
you
should be
can
able to
do.
control what you can do. You should be able to just do it if you want to do it.
Static
You cannot just
variables
win.
only.
You cannot just win by luck because you have it on a list.
Yeah, like I could just put win the lottery on my bucket list. Like, doesn't it doesn't make any sense. Obviously,
if you had unlimited resources and someone went, everything you have on your bucket list, I'll give you unlimited resources to do all of them. Then you could buy every ticket you wanted, and you will win. So technically, if you had unlimited resources, but it's based off luck. You should be able to control.
yeah, no, but this the other restriction is with unlimited resources, you could do it relatively quickly, but you couldn't do it definitely. Like you could eventually do it, but it's not like there's a lot of trial and error, so I don't count it really.
Yeah, I think it's a bit ridiculous. All right,
Mm.
like protect dolphins in marine life. Like that's a very lifelong thing. Like, what are you gonna do? Protect a dolphin and leave and scratch it off your list? Like, some of these things, it just doesn't make sense, you know? Hold on now. Like, bake a cake.
It's a New Year's resolution, man.
Bake a cake. Make something for your family. See snow. That one makes sense, I guess.
I guess that kind of ties into travel, but it's vague.
In brackets, it says if you haven't before.
Well, yeah.
What are you moving?
Sorry, my mic cord hit off my thing. I was just
Oh yeah,
adjusting myself.
This one I found hilarious at first. Ethan kind of talked to me about it. Was like, this is why. Anyway, live through 4 seasons of the year. I thought that was hilarious because like, you do that every single year. What do you mean? And he was like, is there an explanation? And then I read it and it says, you might only experience 2 wherever you live.
Like Ireland, we only experience rain and warm rain.
Rain, warm rain, and if we do get sun, it's like blistering hot for about 3 days.
Yeah, so we get sun and spring. No, sun and winter because we get really bad cold sometimes.
Yeah, even our autumn is our autumn is either super hot for a week and then raining, or
I think we get summer and then other. That's what we get. The rest. Summer and the rest.
even our summer rains.
Yeah. But we get sun sometimes.
Read a book.
Nah. No.
No, okay.
No, I wouldn't count that as a bucket
yeah.
list. Not at all.
Contact a company you like and thank them for their service.
I don't think that makes any sense.
Yo, McDonald's, nice one, kid. Love your meals. Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to call up Ronald and be like, thanks?
Hey, yo, McD. Love the burgers, dog.
Mickey D.
Stay tight. I bet. In a bit.
This one's kind of strange. Fold 1,000 origami cranes and give them to someone special.
That's a goal in itself
Like,
because it would take you so long.
That one's almost too specific.
Yeah, right?
Conquer your biggest fear. That one's
Okay,
fine.
yeah, that's a bucket list thing, I think.
Okay, this is just a to-do list. Tell at least 10 people about your bucket list and encourage them to join you.
How is that? Yeah,
It's
bucket list? No, that's something I write down on the whiteboard, like.
Yeah. Something like that. To do. Read a book. Some of these things are just a little ridiculous. Like, get closure on any past unhappiness. Like, if you're gonna die, why would you bother? I know bucket lists aren't necessarily if you're going to die, you would do these things. It's more like try to get them done during your life. But like,
The way they mean to me isn't the way this list came out at all.
that's more advice. Is like you should get closure for your unhappiness as you go throughout life. It's not necessarily a bucket list thing. I wouldn't cross it off my list and go, I've, gotten closure.
Yeah. But I mean,
Do something completely crazy and out of character. Whoa!
Staples
You
balls.
made a silly
chair.
face.
Okay, I think that's enough of bashing the website.
Ah, no. Tell your parents and siblings that you love them. You're telling me that's a good one?
Absolutely not.
Fall in love? That's easy. Yeah. No, it's not.
No.
Change the world. I love that.
Change the world?
Like, change the world. I love how number 99 is see the Mona Lisa. After all of this, change the world and fall in love. See the Mona Lisa.
That's like one of the worst things you could do. Travel to see
Honestly?
a painting. How is that a bucket? Like, unless you're into art, like.
Okay. Number 101. This is it. You ready? Gain enlightenment.
The generalization of these is beyond me.
Gain enlightenment. That's it. And the picture is just a statue of someone meditating.
Oh, it's just like things to do before you die. Gain life knowledge.
Gain life knowledge, fall in love, and befriend someone. And while you're at it, change the world.
Yeah, here and there in between. Just change the world a little bit.
Just change the world. Just
Become Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, all in one.
just change the world.
usual.
It's it's-
Side.
yeah. I mean, just
But anyway, moving on. Do we have today's life pro tip?
I do. Now this one's quite a how you say isn't that what French people say? They always go how you say
That's more of a people not native to English thing, not a French thing. Yeah, okay, I get you.
Anyway. I'm gonna be so self-conscious of me going it.
Well, you've already said it multiple times without realizing since we've mocked it.
Ah, well. Anyway. So, this is kind of more of a, I guess you could say, personal, emotional kind of advice thing.
You haven't told me this, have you?
No.
Uh-huh.
I never tell you them.
Yeah, I just can't remember because you brought it up earlier this week, or was it yesterday or something? You brought it up yesterday, but you never told me. You just brought it up like, oh, I have one.
Yeah, I said I have one, yeah. This is from my motivation app. I have a widget. It says motivation. It gives me like motivations things. Sometimes they're just good for advice. And I've used one on the podcast before, but this one is give yourself some credit for the days you made it when you thought you couldn't.
Don't be too harsh on yourself. Yeah, I fully agree.
Yeah.
I'm
And
bad
when
for
you
it.
are
I'm
being
really
harsh,
bad for it.
When you're being harsh and if you're down, whether it be on yourself or just emotionally, just go, what have I accomplished? What have I done? And, take credit for it. I mean, like, take credit for the days you basically, you got through that you thought you wouldn't be able to. Because, I mean, if you don't recognize that you got through those days, and if they're worse than the days you're going through right now, chances are you'll get through this one perfectly.
That's kind of, yeah. It's kind of, when someone tells you that, though, when you're in a bad place, is really shitty advice. Like, let's say you're in a really bad place. Someone goes, yeah, well, I mean, like, it's not as bad as this. You're like, dude, that's not going to help me. But it's important for you to make that connection, not for someone to tell you it, is basically what this is.
I think if someone said to me while in a bad place, take credit for, getting through everything else and,
yeah,
reflect on that.
No, if they said like it's not as bad as something you've done and gone through, that's different to just something random is what I was meaning. There's a second ago.
Oh, you mean like, why you sad? This person's doing this.
Yeah,
or this
someone's more
person's-
sad than you. You're not allowed to be sad. I hate that mindset, and I hate people that believe in it. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I think if you say that yourself, yeah. If you go, why am I sad right now? Like, there's people dying all over the world. Then yeah, you're gonna get dumb. You're gonna get mad at yourself.
And you're
But
gonna
if
get mad at
someone's
whoever
like-
says it to you. But if you go,
I think
why am I sad? I've achieved so much, and I've been in way worse places. It could help you.
yeah,
Could help you come across.
either by comparing yourself to, like, comparing your problems, not yourself, comparing your problems to others, and saying like, is it worth like the amount of effort you're putting in to feel pain about this when people have no choice but to feel the pain right now, and then also at the same time just reflecting on your past things, like surely you've gone through something worse maybe than this, and if you haven't, then I suppose use the fact
Stay
that
strong.
you've gotten through things before, so and if they're different things as well, that's the thing. If you've gone through 5 different hard times, I know that's a very small amount. People go through hard times on a weekly basis sometimes, but let's say 5 pretty bad things, but you have this one traumatic thing happen. Those 5 different experiences you've gotten through, hopefully, and I guess you could kind of use those to help you get over or move on from whatever this new problem
Yeah, and
is.
if you've never experienced something that's really bad and you're experiencing something really bad right now, everyone goes through tough times, and once you understand that, you become a lot more comfortable with the bad situation you're in. It's not that everyone goes through bad times, so you should feel happy. It's just know that there's people experiencing the same stuff as you. So everyone's going through it. You're not
don't
alone.
feel alone.
It's so generic
Yeah,
advice, but you're not alone. Like,
Isn't that a song?
it's what do you call it? A motto from Liverpool. You'll never walk alone.
Oh, I swear that's a song as well.
Probably. It definitely is.
It's either in a song or it is a song. Yeah, I think that's
Today's
done?
been a bit of a long episode, yeah.
yeah.
Longer.
Longer, yeah. I think we've actually passed the longest episode.
Really? We'll see.
I think so.
No, I know we haven't had
Well, yeah.
any interruptions today, so there shouldn't be any cuts. If you ever notice that we say like it's coming up to an hour, but it's like 57, probably because someone yelled or something. Usually my dog.
Or we cut out the first 45 seconds because
We got to
it
sync
took
up
us
the audio on that, yeah.
Yeah, so you can check us out. Description, whatever platform you're listening on. I shall repeat, whatever platform. Spotify, Apple. What's the other one? YouTube.
That
All
is
3 of those.
linkt.re/chatlab.
The link is there in the descriptions.
Check us
Indeed,
out
we
on
do.
everything.
We've got everything there.
You
You know what? You might as well support us on Patreon. You might as well, while you're at it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna click on it, you might as well support us on Patreon. There's no reason why you shouldn't.
Okay, we're joking. I don't know if anyone
Yeah,
would
no.
think that.
You can give us a follow on Twitter though. We'd appreciate that.
If anyone's still
Or give us a
listening
follow.
an hour and 9 minutes in, you're a real one. And
You are a
I
real one.
personally appreciate you.
Yeah.
Reach out
And
to me
if
and
you're
tell me
already-
because I personally appreciate you.
Yeah, same. Reach out to both of us. And if you can't, find a way. Twitter. DM us on Twitter if you're not actually friends with us in real life. And we will respond. If not, you can just follow the podcast, follow us on Twitter, do whatever you want. No real need to do Patreon if you don't want to.
Absolutely.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
We
So,
done.
without further ado, I guess we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Better this time.
Oh, yeah.